Hello, welcome to the 2010 through 2011 NFL regular season schedule, Week 10 picks, Part 2 of 2. We're going to start off at 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox between Detroit and Buffalo. The Lions are without quarterback Matthew Stafford, who is still nursing an injury to his right thrown shoulder, and kicker Jason Hansen right knee. They are 2-6 on the year, but 0-4 on the road, and big underdogs in this one, which has to be one of the few times when this team actually was a favorite. If Buffalo doesn't pull out a victory this Sunday, it could spell out doom for Chan Gailey in his first season at the helm. Ryan Fitzpatrick is on pace to become the first Bills quarterback since Hall of Famer Jim Kelly to throw 30 or more touchdown passes in a single season and has completed 136 of 227 passes for 1,399 yards, 13 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He's also the team's second leading rusher with 168 yards and 24 carries. Wide receiver Steve Johnson has been Fitzpatrick's go-to guy, catching 44 passes for 554 yards and 6 touchdowns. On defense, safety Dante Winters, Buffalo's leading tackler with 72, followed by linebacker Paul Posluszny with 65. Bills 19, Lions 16. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Minnesota at Chicago. Even though the Bears can still beat you, in my opinion, they are overall a fraud. Jay Cutler has been so disappointing as the Bears quarterback that there is increasing talk that the team might dump him after the season. A big game against the Vikings would go a long way toward saving Cutler's job, so we'll want to watch how well he'll play against the Vikings defense. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, Brett Favre has shaken off injuries and actually played better over the last couple of weeks than he had early in the year. We'll see if he can keep it going in a must-win divisional game. Vikings 17, Bears 16. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's New York Jets at Cleveland. For New York's sake, Tomlinson must not wear down because he will play a major role in their offensive attack. And expect the Ryans brothers, Jets head coach Rex and Browns D coordinator Rob to have something in store for their opponents' offenses. Jets 28, Browns 25. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Tennessee at Miami. Pennington is the NFL's all-time leader in career completion percentage for quarterbacks with a minimum of 1,500 pass attempts at 66.1%, and rarely makes mistakes as far as interceptions. In 2008, he threw for 3,653 yards, 19 touchdowns, and just 7 interceptions, and leading Miami to an 11-5 record as one of the most respected veterans on the team. Wide receiver Brandon Marshall, who leads the Dolphins with 52 catches for 618 yards, but just 1 touchdown, could benefit from Pennington's audibles and ball placement. Outside linebacker Cameron Rake is second in the NFL in sacks with 8.5, and she could pressure on either a banged-up Vince Young or an immobile Kerry Collins. Dolphins 23, Titans 20. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Cincinnati at Indianapolis. Colts quarterback Peyton Manning has passed for 2,478 yards and 16 touchdowns with 4 interceptions and is the AFC's 4th-rated passer. Colts wide receiver Reggie Wayne leads the AFC with 60 receptions for 724 yards and 3 touchdowns. Expect dominance from these two today. Colts 28, Bengals 21. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Houston at Jacksonville. Garrard is the AFC's 3rd leading passer, and efficiency has been the key to his season when he has played well. He has thrown for 13 touchdowns, 1,098 yards, and 7 interceptions through 8 games. Jaguars tight end Mercedes Lewis has emerged as one of the NFL's best players at his position. He has 25 receptions for 326 yards and 7 touchdowns. Jaguars 28, Texans 27. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Carolina at Tampa Bay. Tampa is 5-3 and officially one of the surprise teams of the NFL. The Buccaneers still have work to do. They need defensive tackle Gerald McCoy to get some traction. They need to get consistent in the run game. Josh Freeman needs to rediscover tight end Kellen Winslow. All those things are possible against 1-7 Carolina, which is officially one of the most disappointing teams of the NFL. The Panthers have the worst offense in the NFL and they will try to fix things with a rookie quarterback who is backed up by a rookie quarterback who is also backed up by a rookie quarterback. Buccaneers 20, Panthers 14. At 3:05 Central Time on CBS, it's Kansas City at Denver. Chiefs quarterback Matt Castle has a 104.0 passer rating in his last 4 games with 8 touchdown passes to 1 interception. The Chiefs' 179.6 rushing yards per game, which tops in the NFL. And linebacker Derrick Johnson returned 2 interceptions for touchdowns in his last game against the Broncos. Chiefs 24, Broncos 20. At 3:15 Central Time on Fox, it's Seattle at Arizona. Both teams are struggling with quarterback issues. The Cardinals have bounced between Derek Anderson and Max Hall all year. They've settled on Anderson, but only out of necessity. Fitzy got stuck on 4 touchdowns after leading the NFL 2 seasons in a row with 12 and 13. Has learned just how difficult life can be without Warner under center. But with the Cardinals win and Rams loss, we'll leave the division knotted 3 ways at 4-5, with the 49ers a step behind at 3-6. Parity indeed. Cardinals 26, Seahawks 12. At 3:15 Central Time on Fox, it's Dallas at the Giants of New York. So the Cowboys 1-7 and losers of 5 straight visit the Giants 6-2 and winners of 5 in a row. It's a tale of 2 long-time rivals on completely opposite trajectories, led by 2 very different men. Dallas interim coach Jason Garrett, the 44-year-old offensive coordinator, is making his debut. New York's Tom Coughlin, who won the Super Bowl 3 years ago, will be coaching his 248th game, more than all but 20 men in NFL history. All the indicators say that this should be a laugher for New York, whose offense ranks 2nd in yards, 4th in scoring, 5th in rushing, and 7th in passing, and whose top-ranked defense is 2nd against the run and pass ball, allowing more than 11 rivals. Dallas only cracks the top half of the league in passing total yards, and pass defense will rank in 2nd from the bottom in points allowed in rushing. And while the Giants will be without left tackle David Deal, center Sean O'Hara, and perhaps receiver Steve Smith, Romo's absence is more debilitating to Dallas. But if New York assumes that victory will come without much effort and the visitors play inspired football for their new leader, who knows what could happen? But seriously, are you going to take my word for it? That's what I thought. No. Giants 36, Cowboys 22. At 3:15 Central Time on Fox, it's St. Louis at San Francisco. I would like to say that the Rams will roll into Candlestick, take an easy win, and head over to face the Falcons as the first-place team. But I just don't see that happening, though. The Rams have not proved they can win on the road. The Rams have never had much success in San Fran, and the 49ers present a tough matchup, and this will be a slugfest. I don't think the Rams are in for a Detroit Lions letdown, but I don't have a good feeling about this one. Being 5-4 would be a tremendous achievement, especially in the NFC West, but I don't think it's going to happen. 49ers 20, Rams 10. At 7:20 Central Time on NBC, it's Sunday Night Football between New England at Pittsburgh. This game will come down to the quarterbacks, Brady versus Big Ben. Brady's task will be tougher because he will face a far superior defense than the Steelers, as they will pressure Tom Terrific all evening. Roethlisberger will have to deal with a young, athletic, but inexperienced defense in the Patriots. Also, don't forget the stat. The Steelers have just allowed 1 touchdown pass all season long. At home! Go figure! Steelers 28, Patriots 13. Then wrapping up Week 10, it's Monday Night Football between Philadelphia at Washington at 7:30 Central Time on ESPN. Vic, whom McNabb encouraged the Eagles to sign last year after his good friend had spent 2 years in prison in the wake of a dogfighting scandal, is 3-1 on the Monday night stage, beating McNabb in 2005, all with the Falcons, but this is first such a game since 2006. McNabb is 10-6 on Mondays, but just 3-4 since 2004. Reed is 12-7 on Mondays. Shanahan is 15-14, 14-13 with Denver, and 1-1 with the LA Raiders. But this is his first Monday night game with Washington. And I'll just say Eagles 24, Redskins 17. And that wraps up part 2 of my 2010 through 2011 NFL regular season schedule week 10 picks. Remember, San Diego, New Orleans, Green Bay, San Diego, New Orleans, Green Bay, and Oakland all have bye weeks. So, after watching this, who you got?